All right, folks, how we doing? I'm Jimbo Dickens, and today it is time for the finale of the Smash Ultimate CPU versus CPU double elimination tournament. We have 16 fighters ready to go, ready to duke it out to see who is the champion of Smash Ultimate. It's been a long ride, folks, and I'm sad to see it end, but it has to at some point. So, I think I said it last week, or last time, whatever it was, whenever it was. Every fight tonight will be 3 stock. Everything has been 2 stock up to this point, but I think for the final 16, it's only more fun if we give them a little extra to try and get through it. So, 3 stock throughout the rest of the competition. We got 8 winners bracket contestants, 8 losers bracket contestants, and actually, why don't we just go to our bracket and see what's going on? And there we go. We got ourselves King DDD, the Ice King himself, Kazuya, the businessman, Ike, the Sword of Justice, Zelda, the Triforce bearer, the hero of wisdom, whatever you want to call him. Speaking of hero, we got Hero from the game. I can't remember. Oh my god. Why am I blanking on the name of it? Hero Quest or whatever. Versus Min Min. We have the ice cold killer Min Min. And folks, we got a big one. We got ourselves a Final Fantasy VII derby with Cloud and Sephiroth. And down in losers bracket, they have had their salty runbacks. We got Ness, the Bumblebee Boy, versus the Gray Ape Donkey Kong. Byleth, the Banhammer, versus Isabelle, the Sweatered Menace, aka the Fishing Fiend. We have Ganondorf, who has been consistently a problem. The Dark Lord himself, the King of the Gerudo, versus the God Queen Palutena. And the Troll Lord, Mr. Game & Watch, versus the Scourge of the Galaxy, Ridley. Who will come out on top, and who will join the rest of the competitors in disgrace? Let's find out, starting with winner's bracket. I spilled water all over my knee. All right, that being said, let's get right into the action. We're going to use poop. All right, random battlefield. We got up first, King DDD versus Kazuya. Ice King versus, I believe we put him in purple. All right. Who will be going into losers bracket? Let's find out. Wait, nope. Almost didn't do the right thing. Okay. King DDD versus Kazuya. Let's go, folks. Kazuya gaining first blood over King DDD, but King DDD returning in favor. Kazuya knocking DDD off the stage first, but DDD going in hard. Oh, Kazuya going in. He is ready to go all the way. I don't even know what I'm saying. Ooh, DDD able to counter that big hit. But Kazuya taking first blood over DDD. He is fighting mercilessly, but DDD getting him with that up attack. Kazuya going into demon form and crushing DDD against the ground. Ooh, DDD getting a block break and punishing hardcore, charging it up all the way. Kazuya must be embarrassed at this point. With a back break, he is... Oh, DDD going for some troll. Kazuya stunning DDD, sending him to the top left corner. Stunning him again and sending him off screen for his second KO. The Ice King is faltering slightly. Good hit by DDD, not going off screen, trying to bait something from Kazuya. Kazuya going in for his last KO. DDD will not let him do that immediately. Oh my gosh, he gets him with the spike ball. Vomit. What a play by DDD. It is an even last stock here. Good hit by DDD. Kazuya struggling to get this last, and DDD absolutely toying with Kazuya, and Kazuya able to make it back. What a play. DDD sending Kazuya to the top of the screen, but Kazuya in his demon form. This is dangerous for DDD. DDD with the grab. Oh, and DDD hits him with a spike ball off the edge, and DDD will move on, knocking Kazuya down into loser's bracket. DDD moves on. The Ice King cold as ice. What a game, folks. Three to two. All right, up next is going to be Ike versus Zelda. The winner of this will go up against the Ice King in the quarterfinals of winner's bracket. All right. We have our two combatants. Classic swordsman versus spellcaster. Who will come out on top? Zelda has proven herself a very strong fighter, knocking out excellent contenders. Ike also, but very different strategies. Ike's hits hard while Zelda is much more of a tactician. Good counter by Ike. Zelda opting for a lot more versatility, trying to bait something out of Ike, unsure what she's going for. Ike able to hit her with that sword mid-air. Great grab by Ike there. Good dodge by Zelda. Oh, Ike with the absolute spike, taking first blood. But Zelda coming right back and hitting him with that up smash. Excellent play. Good block and punish by Zelda. Good double hit there by Ike. Oh, and a huge loss there for Zelda. Ike, unfortunately, I say, Ike taking another stock with Zelda now down 2-1 to Ike with a distinct damage disparity. Zelda needs to put something together here. Right here, right now. Oh, almost able to get that combo there, but Ike able to dash through that fireball. Zelda seeming less, oh my god, confident than she has in previous fights. My brain just went numb. Zelda looking for some sort of play here, but not able to find it. Good stock there, not as much ground to make up now. Ooh, going for that Guardian. Not able to connect. Ike playing through that crystal. Oh, and Zelda playing right into that counter, unfortunately. Good hit by Zelda, but will it be enough to get her back in the running? Ike has a Zelda playing right into that counter yet again. Ike, as I was saying, Ike has a much higher limit for, or much lower knockout potential than Zelda does. Zelda needing to do something a little bit differently, but not, unfortunately, taking a sword to the underside and getting knocked out. Ike will be moving on to face King DDD in the next round. But Zelda still has a chance. They will be going up against the winner of Byleth versus Isabelle. But let's move on to our next fight. Ike with 3, Zelda with 2. All right, up next we have Hero versus Min Min. The Hero's Sword versus the Ice Cold Killer. Let's find out who will be moving on and who will be going down into loser's bracket to face the winner of Ganondorf versus Palutena.
3, 2, 1, go!
Min Min has far more reach than Hero does, but Hero has more versatility. Hero off to a great start so far, getting Min Min nearly up to 100%, with barely taking 20% themselves. Good dodge there by Hero, predicting that Min Min would try to attack them from below. Hero charging up that fire attack. Hero activating Accelerate to be able to move a little bit faster and be a little bit more punishing. Big whiff there by Min Min. Min Min has evened it and it takes a stock herself. First stock to Min Min. Well done. Showing why she is in fact the cold-blooded killer. Ooh, good charge attack, good dodge by Hero. Activating Whack. Min Min going on a tear, going 2 stocks. Hero able to make it back though. Ooh, getting him with the fire punch there. Ooh, going for the punish but unable to connect. Good block by Min Min. Min Min finally starting to come into their own. Ooh, big hit by Hero getting that kaboom. But Hero with a lot of stuff to make up. Good punish by Min Min. Hero activating Zoom to get a little bit more distance away from Min Min. Good play there, knocking Min Min off screen. And just like that, Hero has evened the playing field and gained a slight advantage as well. Min Min now on the back foot in this fight. Cold-blooded killer is faltering, and Hero knocking Min Min to the top of the screen. Min Min taking the stock, but is now over 100%. Needs a miracle to not lose this fight. And Min Min surprisingly going down after not being able to recover. Hero will move on. That was kind of an anticlimactic fight. Min Min leading for most of the first half of that fight and then losing all momentum. And Hero moving on. Well done, Hero. All right, up next, this is the fight that I have been waiting for. Cloud versus Sephiroth. It is do or die. All right, so we need to get Midgar. Where is Cloud? I literally was hovering over him. The Sword of Midgar versus the One-Winged Angel. All right, folks, Final Fantasy VII Derby, good versus evil. Who will prevail and who will go down into loser's bracket to face the winner of Mr. Game & Watch versus Ridley? Let's find out. sizing each other up. They have fought before, but not in a situation like this. Sephiroth activates his delayed charge. Cloud getting his full limit, ready to use it on Sephiroth, and he gets it off on that slash attack, knocking Sephiroth back. Ooh, good dodge, predicting that attack. Neither one really engaging, trying to size each other up. And a big hit by Sephiroth, taking out Cloud. First blood Sephiroth. But high damage on Sephiroth's side. Good block, but not enough. Sephiroth goes down. It is 1 stock to 1. Even Stevens. Good dodge. Good prediction. Huge hits by Cloud. An absolute tear, dealing 50 damage. Good hit by Cloud, getting his limit break. Will he get a second one? Yes, he will, and he knocks out Sephiroth. It is 2 to 1 now. Advantage Cloud. And he still has his limit break. No, he doesn't. Big hit by Sephiroth, though. Sephiroth, this last stock has been... He has been on a tear so far. Taking very little damage and dealing massive damage to Cloud. And I say that and he gets a big hit. There is Cloud's limit break. Will this be the end of Sephiroth in winner's bracket? No, it will not. Good dodge by Cloud. Sephiroth in a very dangerous position. Cloud going for the kill, but Sephiroth able to block it. Ooh, good hit by Sephiroth, sending Cloud to the corner. But Cloud now with their limit break. And he gets it off. It is a 2 stock to none. Only 1 death by Cloud. Well done. Cloud the winner of the Final Fantasy VII Derby. And Sephiroth looks pissed. All right. We will now move down into losers bracket. All right. We have Ness versus Donkey Kong. The Bumblebee Boy versus the Gray Ape. Some classic N64 Smash characters. I feel like we have to do some sort of N64 stage. That is neutral territory. We will go Dreamland. All right, who will go on to face Kazuya in the next round? Let's find out. Good dodging by DK. A barrage of attacks from Ness out the gate. Oh no, DK in a very dangerous position with those PK fires, taking 40 plus damage from just PK fires just then. Ooh, DK getting Ness into the ground with that headbutt. DK now knowing to dodge those, but getting sent to the sky. Good grab by DK. Charging up his punch. Good kick. And he bats away Ness and sends him off screen with a huge double fist punch. An excellent set of blocks by DK. Well done. And then he gets a punch off and Ness spikes him in retaliation. Ness now disadvantaged, but they are even stock wise. Ness evening things up quite well. Oh, and Ness going with the toying with PK fire. DK has no chance, and Ness inexplicably lets him come back to the ground. He had a great strategy going. Letting DK get a lot of damage off on them, and Ness now in danger of going to the top of the screen, but Ness gets a KO with his yo-yo on the gray ape. Remember, these fighters are one... What a... Oh my goodness. DK just waiting for that. Ness electing to stay in the air and go for the PK Thunder, but DK seeing that coming a mile away and capitalizes on it. It is anybody's game. I feel like Ness kind of threw away a very good advantage. And again, electing to go for the PK Thunder, but DK this time getting punished. DK going for the midair punish, but Ness getting him with the PK Thunder recovery, and DK is no more. Bumblebee Boy will be going up against Kazuya. All right, up next is Byleth the Banhammer versus Isabel the Fishing Fiend, aka the Sweatered Menace. All right, who will go up against Princess Zelda in the next round? Let's find out. Byleth has been known for taking competitors out very early with their banhammer. But Isabel is a tricky fighter and is not opposed to fighting a little bit dirty. just like that, getting Byleth with her planted hydrant thing, known for waiting for their moment with the fishing rod. Good backhanded strike. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, Isabel getting a backcast fishing rod and pummeling Byleth. Ooh. Good hit by Byleth. Byleth takes first blood, but they themselves are one good hit away from being knocked out and losing a stock. Byleth noticing a good strategy when Isabel is using their fishing rod, constantly jumping to avoid getting caught. Sometimes it just doesn't work for you, though. And Isabel getting a stock as well. But Byleth returns with a very low percentage knockout. Isabel mid-air catching them twice, but unable to capitalize on the second one. Isabel needing to do some work here to come back. Otherwise, Byleth is going to walk away with this one. And Byleth is able to knock out Isabel with 2 stocks remaining. Isabel is gone. The Banhammer continues their ascent. But a well-fought tournament for Isabel. Up next, we have the Demon King, the King of the Gerudo, versus the God Queen, Palutena. There she is. All right. Let's see who will go on to fight the cold-blooded killer Min Min in the next round. Let's go. Ganondorf immediately going in for a huge combo on Palutena. Palutena caught on her back foot, but dodging the sword attack and getting some damage on Ganondorf. Good hit by Palutena. Nice combo. Ganondorf absolutely juggling Palutena and gets an early kill. Palutena gets a good hit. Oh, and mispositions herself, unfortunately. Going for a spike, unable to connect. Good hit, but it's not enough. Chip damage is not quite going to do it. Ooh. Going for the kill, but again, slightly mispositioned. Going for a spike again, but does not connect. It is telling that Ganondorf knocked out Palutena below 100%, and Palutena has to get Ganondorf up over 150% and still not able to connect. And Ganondorf miraculously able to make it back to the stage, now over 180%. Palutena now down 2 stocks, and Ganondorf still deathless, and there it goes. But this is an uphill battle for the God Queen. Ganondorf able to grab her out of invisibility, and Palutena almost going down. Seems like Palutena unfortunately not able to land a single one of those attacks yet this fight. And if I'm not mistaken, was having trouble landing them throughout the entirety. Good block, but not able to do it. Ganondorf Sparta kicking her into the next dimension, and the Demon King's reign continues. Ganondorf will move on. All right, up next, the last fight in round 6 of Losers Bracket is Mr. Game & Watch versus Ridley, the number 4 seed versus the number 66 seed. Who will go up against Sephiroth? Ridley has been absolutely tearing up Losers Bracket. Mr. Game & Watch, a recent entrant into Losers Bracket, but still showing their strength.
Mr. Game & Watch, Ridley.
All right. Who will fight Sephiroth in the next round? Let's find out. Mr. Game & Watch immediately getting a 9 on the flag. Good hit by Mr. Game & Watch. Slapping Ridley with the turtle and fish. Good hit by the hammer. Ooh, Ridley with an excellent up B, knocking Mr. Game & Watch. And Mr. Game & Watch getting into a rhythm with that Cloud Buster. And then healing up and knocking Ridley off screen. Mr. Game & Watch takes first blood. Ooh, great combo by Game & Watch. He is on an absolute tear right now. Ridley now over 65, dashing off screen. And Ridley takes back a stock, but is up over 75%. It is an uphill battle for Ridley. Mr. Game & Watch going for the chair. Mr. Game & Watch finding an opportunity to get that Dust Buster out. And a huge helmet smash. Good hammer. Ooh, good grab by Ridley, but Mr. Game & Watch able to break out of it. Game & Watch electing to drop down to hit that Dust Buster again. And Ridley taking a second stock, well over 100%. And Mr. Game & Watch returning in turn. It is even. This is a close fight. Who will come out on top? Ooh, Ridley is getting toyed with that bacon, but Ridley returns with a great set of combo. Ridley going in for the kill, but getting caught up on Mr. Game & Watch's recovery, taking an 8 or a 6 hammer to the face. Good block on that down B. Mr. Game & Watch dodging the grab attack. Ooh, Mr. Game & Watch going for the bomb drop. Ooh, Mr. Game & Watch going for that kill, but Ridley able to get him on the way down, and Mr. Game & Watch is eliminated. And Ridley continues their march towards the top. Ridley will go on to face Sephiroth in the next round. All right, we are going to continue in loser's bracket, moving on into round 7, Kazuya versus Ness. Demon businessman versus the Bumblebee boy.
Kazuya.
All right, who will move on to the next round? Let's find out. Kazuya versus Ness.
3, 2, 1, go!
Kazuya wasting no time engaging with Ness. Ness is on his back foot, but able to get off a PK fire. With a back kick, knocking Kazuya off screen, and Kazuya able to make it back, but with taking a fair amount of damage from Ness. Ness not connecting on the final hit of that combo. And Kazuya uppercutting Ness into the stratosphere, taking first blood. Ooh, whiffing on the bat. Kazuya now over 120%. Ness taking some serious damage here. Just barely able to get back onto screen. And Kazuya taking his second stock from Ness. Ness is significantly outmatched right now. Ness trolling him with the PK Thunder, but Kazuya able to make it back over 160, but Ness getting him with the PK Thunder, sending him off screen, getting his first stock. Kazuya with a spinning punch. Ooh, Kazuya interrupting his PK Thunder. And Kazuya taking out Ness with a swift uppercut. That is 2 stocks left. Kazuya moving on, and Ness is out of the competition. A well-fought tournament by Ness, but he is no match for the Demon Businessman. All right. Up next, Zelda versus Byleth, the Banhammer versus the Princess of Wisdom, the Queen of Hyrule. Let's see who will go up against the demon businessman Kazuya.
Start the battle. Zelda. Violet.
All right. Let's find out who will move on and who will be permanently eliminated from this tournament.
Three, two, one, go!
Good hit by Zelda. Neither one really showing any strength right now. Zelda, though, great play there, knocking Byleth off the top of the screen, dodging that sword attack mid-air. Ooh, Zelda flying to the top of the screen now. Ooh, Byleth dodging that guardian attack, but taking the fire to the screen. But Zelda knocking out the banhammer. A crack in the armor is showing. Will this be the end of the banhammer? Not if they can keep doing that. Oh, that was filthy. Ooh, an excellent run by Zelda here. Showing a little more confidence in this fight than they were last round. Byleth taken out yet again. Zelda with the advantage, only 14% on her right now. Oh, getting baited. But Byleth now on a tear. Zelda in danger of losing a stock. Good grab by Byleth. Ooh, going for the banhammer, but missing on the strike. Good hit by Zelda. Getting Byleth nearly to 60% there. Good play there, knocking Zelda off. It is an even 1-1 stock fight, but Byleth down, or rather up 66 damage while Zelda is fresh. But Byleth evening the playing field with a couple of good strikes on Zelda. Byleth not to be trifled with. Zelda may not be able to move on, but could potentially walk away with this one. And Zelda knocking out the banhammer. The banhammer has been denied. Just like that, Zelda moving on to face the demon businessman, Kazuya. Good fight on both ends. Up next, we have Min Min versus Ganondorf, the ice cold killer versus the king of the Gerudo. All right, who will be moving on to the next round to face the winner of Sephiroth versus Ridley?
Three, two, one, go!
This potentially could be a counter to Ganondorf. Ganondorf known for wanting to close distance, but Min Min good at keeping people at bay. Good play through the boards there. But Min Min not quite able to do so and not able to make it back. Ganondorf takes first blood with only 30 damage on his name. Excellent dodges by Ganondorf there. A barrage of attacks, none of them connecting. Min Min trying to get Ganondorf off screen. Not quite able to, but will. He keeps coming back. It never ends. Until it does. Alright, good play by Min Min. But Ganondorf has her at 95%. And Min Min has terrible recovery and unable to make it back. It is 2-1 Ganondorf right now. Min Min needing to put something together, but taking a sword to the face. That is not what she wants. The Min Min we saw in winner's bracket is evaporating before our eyes, and the king of the Gerudo is absolutely dominating this fight and taking out Min Min. 2 stocks left. Ganondorf continues on his salty run back. Arguably the saltiest of run backs so far. Maybe Ridley could give him a run for his money. It is 1 to Min Min and 3 to Ganondorf. Ganondorf moving on. Up next, Sephiroth versus Ridley. One-Winged Angel versus the Scourge of the Galaxy.
Start the battle! Sephiroth! Ridley!
All right, the winner of this will go up against Ganondorf.
3, 2, 1, go!
Sephiroth with a couple of huge hits off the bat, but Ridley returning in kind. Getting Sephiroth up over 50, 60%. And Ridley sending Sephiroth to the edge of the screen, toying with them. Sephiroth now over 100%. Ridley with a great chance to take an early stock from Sephiroth. And just like that, Ridley takes the first stock from Sephiroth. Ooh, Ridley taking a lot of damage from that delayed blast. And able to make it back. Blocking the attack from Sephiroth, but Ridley now over 100%. Sephiroth really tearing it up this second stock. I say that, and Ridley gets some huge damage on that down A. And Sephiroth knocking Ridley off to the edge of the screen. And Ridley almost taking out Sephiroth, but Sephiroth getting a stock off on Ridley before going down themselves. It is 2-1 Ridley. What an exchange. If Sephiroth could have made it back, that would have been amazing. I thought Ridley had that one. Good combo, setting up those fireballs and knocking Sephiroth off his game. Sephiroth one false move away, and Ridley losing another stock, and Sephiroth makes it back. It is a carbon copy minus Sephiroth losing a stock, and it is pretty even now. Sephiroth giving themselves a chance in this fight. Sephiroth with an excellent last stock so far. Ridley unsure what to do. They have fallen to their own devices, and Sephiroth getting him with the counter, and Ridley's salty run back is over, and Sephiroth is here for blood. Excellent fight. What a nail biter. And just like that, Ridley is out. And it is Ganondorf versus Sephiroth. All right, we are going to stick with losers bracket one more time. We have Kazuya versus Zelda and Ganondorf versus Sephiroth.
Start the battle.
Where? Jesus.
Kazuya.
Versus Zelda. All right. The demon businessman versus the hero of wisdom. Brain versus brawn.
3, 2, 1, go!
Zelda off to a good start so far, but that has shown to backfire quite often. Great grab by Kazuya. Ooh, excellent combo by Zelda. But another grab by Kazuya, returning the favor. It is still relatively even on this first stock. And just like that, Kazuya knocking the Princess of Hyrule to the stratosphere with his uppercut. Good block, nearly getting him with the fireball. Huge hit by Zelda. Kazuya now in demon form. Zelda in a dangerous spot here. Possible second stock taken from her. Needs a big hit to knock Kazuya off screen. Kazuya sending Zelda to the sky and to the basement in 2 attacks. It is now even damage-wise relatively. But Kazuya keeps toying with Zelda. Zelda needs to take him out, otherwise she is going to be lost to lose 3 stocks to none. Kazuya now over 150%. Zelda finally getting her first stock, but has a massive uphill fight here. Kazuya applying constant pressure on Zelda, but a crack in the armor a little bit. Nothing major, but it's not what you want. Zelda taking 2 kicks to the face. Trying to bait an attack from Kazuya, but not falling for it. Zelda with the spike. Kazuya unable to make it back, and Zelda has evened the score. But she is one good hit away from losing it all. And Kazuya able to take out Princess Zelda on her recovery. A well-fought fight on Zelda's behalf, but Kazuya able to take the victory. And then we have Ganondorf versus Sephiroth. Will Ganondorf continue the saltiest of runbacks? Or will he lose here to the one-winged angel? Let's find out.
Three, two, one, go!
An interesting place for this fight to take place. These two dark villains on one of the happiest go lucky stages in the game. Sephiroth so far showing dominance over Ganondorf, but Ganondorf has been known to take back all the damage dealt in several hits. And just like that, Sephiroth and Ganondorf are even with damage. Sephiroth trying to knock Ganon through that. And Sephiroth takes out Ganondorf. Ganondorf unaware of what he was running into. Ganondorf hitting Sephiroth with his patented sword attacks. Good block there, making sure that he does not attack Sephiroth during his counter. Good block by Ganondorf, expecting Sephiroth to join him on the platform, but he does not. Ganondorf staying on that top platform, begging Sephiroth to join him, and Sephiroth laying down the law. Ganondorf taking massive damage so far in the second stock. Now nearly over 150, but Ganondorf getting a good hit on Sephiroth, able to make it back, dealing some huge damage. And classic Ganondorf taking out their enemy, but Sephiroth matching that in return. It is even, one stock left. This is an absolute nail biter of a fight. Sephiroth seeming to have the slight upper hand right now, but that upper hand has whittled away with 2 hits. And Ganondorf from below takes out Sephiroth while he was at 73%. And Ganondorf continues his reign of terror on this saltiest of runbacks. All right, and we are going to move back into winner's bracket. We will see who will face the next 2 in loser's bracket. King DDD versus Ike and Hero versus Cloud. Let's find out. King DDD versus Ike first. A couple of truly heavy hitters. Where Am I blind? I am. I'm also dumb. Versus Ike. All right. Let's go. Quarterfinals, winner's bracket. DDD gets the first hit on Ike, but it is a marathon, not a sprint. Ike able to get some damage on DDD, but it might be too little too late. DDD already has Ike over 80%, getting him with that Gordo shot. DDD putting pressure on Ike big time. Good blocks by Ike. And just like that, Ike is making up ground. DDD going for the punish directly out of that spit out. DDD hitting Ike with the headbutt and taking first blood. But DDD taking a huge hit from below and then following that up with a dash attack. Ike going for the mid-air punish. DDD sucking up Ike. Ike learning from his mistakes and not getting hit by that Gordo attack, but DDD continuing to apply pressure on Ike. Ike in danger of losing his second stock before DDD has lost 1, but Ike hitting him with the flame sword and sends DDD packing. Ike seemingly on his back foot, getting a little bit nervous, losing his second stock. And I think that's what Ike was worried about. Ike has a lot of ground to make up here, but it is not unheard of for players to make it back from the brink. Oh, Ike almost losing it on that recovery, but thankfully able to make it back. Good block by Ike, going for the counter, but waiting. DDD expecting that and waiting for their attack. DDD seemingly running away with this second stock. Sending Ike to the top corner and then punishing him on the way back, but Ike able to make it back before DDD can capitalize. But DDD in very good position here against Ike. But Ike able to get DDD's second stock, but is it too little too late? Ike with 142 damage, DDD fresh off their second stock with 0, but Ike known to deal damage, crazy amounts of damage, but DDD with the Gordo attack knocking out Ike, and Ike will go up against Ganondorf in the next round. Right? It was 3-1 or 3-2. Yeah. Come on. All right. Up next, we have Hero versus Cloud. All right. The winner of this fight will go on to face King DDD in the semifinals of winner's bracket. The loser will go up against Kazuya in loser's bracket.
Three, two, one, go!
Two sword fighters, one straight power, the other one with magic. Good hit by Hero, dodging that attack there. But Cloud with their limit break available to them, if they can get it off. Hero applying massive amounts of pressure, unfortunately having to waste their limit break to get back on stage, and Hero absolutely dominating Cloud this first stock. Hero activating Sizz, trying to get some lightning damage, activating Zoom to get out of the way. Hero continuing to apply pressure on Cloud. And expertly making Cloud waste his limit break yet again. Hero almost knowing what their opponent is good at and using their strengths against them. Cloud nearly getting a full limit break. There it is. And Cloud getting the limit break off, finally knocking Hero off the screen. But Cloud over 100%, in danger of losing a second stock, charging up their limit break. Ooh, Cloud now with their limit break yet again. Unable to get the second attack on that up B, but still applying pressure on Hero. Charging their limit break, waiting for their moment, getting a second limit break. This stock, oh, and knocks Hero out of the attack, but Hero taking out Cloud. Cloud returning the favor with some heavy damage. Possibly able to take out Hero, and it is 1 stock to 1 stock. Fresh start. Slowly charging their limit break. Waiting for their moment. Gets the limit break and wastes it. Little trigger happy on that limit break there. That could have cost him the fight. Good hit by Cloud, evening things up. And collecting that limit break yet again. Waiting for their moment this time. And they lose their limit break, and Hero sending him to the edge of the screen. Cloud over 100. Hero nearly there. Taking it to the edge of the stage, and Hero absolutely just evaporating Cloud. Cloud going down into loser's bracket, and Hero will go face the Ice King, King DDD. All right. Hero with 3, Cloud with 2. Submit scores. All right. We will drop back down to loser's bracket and whittle it down to who the winner of loser's bracket will be, and then actually, we'll just go through this next round of loser's bracket. So, we have Cloud versus Kazuya. And I know it seems silly, but we're going to switch Cloud to the other position. The Sword of Midgar versus the Demon Businessman. Let's go. Cloud out with a vengeance right now. But Kazuya is using his aggression to his advantage. Cloud gaining their limit break, spiking Kazuya to the ground, and wasting their limit break. Kazuya now in demon form, sending Cloud to the edge of the screen. Both of these fighters are one good hit away from losing a stock, and just like that, Kazuya takes first blood. Cloud applying pressure mid-air, but not able to capitalize. Charging up their limit break. Will they use it to knock out Kazuya? Good block, by the way. Now they have their limit break, but they could choose to save it but they use it to get Kazuya down to 2 stocks left. Kazuya blocking the first attack, but unable to block the rest of them in that barrage. Ooh, Cloud just barely able to make it back. With their limit break now. And the limit break goes away. Kazuya taking Cloud out while he's grabbing on. An absolute dirty spike. And Kazuya with absolute evil in his eyes just callously crushes Cloud's dreams. And just like that, Cloud went from winner's bracket semifinals to being knocked out in the course of 2 fights. Just like that, Kazuya moving on to loser's bracket final. And Kazuya getting 3 stocks while Cloud only got 1. Up next, Ike versus Ganondorf. The winner of this will go to fight the demon businessman himself, Kazuya. Ganondorf has been on a tear in loser's bracket, but Ike has shown some very strong fighting ability, is known to play smart, but Ganondorf hits so hard. All right, Ike versus Ganondorf. Who will go up against Kazuya in the loser's bracket final? Ike, 75 damage in 3 hits. Ganondorf is in a dangerous spot, and Ike 0 to stock. Ganondorf showing some major weakness here. Ike finally taking some damage. Ganondorf charging up that sword attack, and Ike with the counter. Ganondorf has yet to see that in his run, and Ike just like that nearly taking his second stock on Ganon, and Ganon goes down. Ike is 3 up while Ganon is down to 1 stock. Ganon with some serious work to make up here. Ike is fighting with a chip on his shoulder. He is not happy to be in loser's bracket. Ganondorf taking his first stock from Ike, but Ike still has a lot of fight left in him. Could this be it? No, Ganondorf makes it back. Ike sending him off screen yet again. Ganon getting him with his recovery. Ganon hitting the sword attack. Ike predicting those attacks. Ike is one good hit away from knocking out Ganondorf, but Ganondorf takes the second stock of Ike's, and it is a one stock, but Ganondorf is almost at 100%. But Ganondorf has been known to knock out players from as low as like 50. Good block by Ike. That could have spelled disaster. And Ganondorf with an absolutely insane comeback. He was down 3-1 and got the victory over Ike. Ike let his guard down, and the Demon King going up against the Demon Businessman. What a fight. The saltiest of runbacks continues, folks. All right, and we will jump back to winner's bracket to see who will make it into finals. All right, King DDD versus Hero. The Hero's sword versus the Ice King.
Start battle. King DDD. Hero.
All right. Semi-finals of winner's bracket. Let's find out who will make it into finals. Will it be King DDD, the Ice King, or Hero, the Hero's sword? DDD again getting that Gordo attack immediately. But Hero wasting no time in knocking DDD up to nearly 50, activating his sizzle. DDD predicting that attack and punishing from behind. Oh, getting him with the Gordo attack. Mid-air, yet again with that Gordo. Zooming to the other side, but blocking that attack. But King DDD is absolutely punishing Hero in this semi-final fight. And Hero knocking that Gordo back at DDD and just taking it on that one. But Hero knocking DDD to the top corner, batting him like Pong around and taking him out to the top of the screen. Good hit by Hero, activating Whack, but DDD knocking him to the top of the screen. Activating Hatchet Man, but unable to connect. Relatively even second stock. Both nearly over 100 here. And DDD with the fake out. Applying pressure mid-air. And predicting that Hero would chase and hitting him with the hammer. Good play by DDD. But Hero is applying pressure. DDD able to dodge that and make it back to the stage. But Hero spiking DDD, and it is an even semifinal fight here, folks. Either one has a chance. Interesting choice. But DDD waiting it out and punishing. DDD, constant pressure on Hero on this last stock. Hero seeming to lose a lot of that momentum that he had, but spiking DDD, DDD able to make it back. There is that momentum back. One good hit by either party, and this is over. Good play knocking that Gordo into King DDD, but DDD predicting his movements and taking him out. DDD taking him out with the Gordo, his classic move. And Hero is dropping down into losers final. King DDD is the finalist from winner's bracket. An excellently played competition. Will this continue? We will find out. All right. We will drop back down to loser's bracket. Kazuya versus Ganondorf. The winner of this will go to face King DDD in in the final. The loser of this eliminated. Oh wait. No, never mind. I lied. The winner of this will go to face Hero. Okay.
Start battle. Kazuya. Ganondorf.
All right. Kazuya versus Ganondorf. Will the saltiest of runbacks continue? Both of them immediately engaging the other. Kazuya starting off strong, but Ganondorf has shown that he can come back from a distinct stock disadvantage. Ganondorf with the home court advantage. Might be the first time that we have had a home court advantage in this tournament. Kazuya getting Ganondorf nearly to 200% and not taking the stock. Nearly over 200% and still no stock taken. Over 200 and there it goes. Kazuya taking his first stock. But Ganondorf known for taking stocks low. Kazuya just dodging that kick attack. Ganondorf oddly not punishing it, but taking the stock from Kazuya nonetheless. Good combo by Ganondorf. Kazuya able to bait that out, punish that high, I don't remember the term for it, but whatever. Kazuya in the lead not in the lead currently. Ganondorf in the lead, but Kazuya in demon form punishing Ganondorf with those couple of kicks. Kazuya suplexing Ganondorf. Ganondorf now down to 1 stock, but Kazuya in a dangerous position, over 100 with Ganondorf. Kazuya able to counter that sword attack before it has a chance to get off. And this could spell disaster for Ganondorf. That is the end of Ganondorf's saltiest of runbacks. Kazuya will move on. What an upset. Ganondorf showing so strong throughout the entirety of this tournament, but unfortunately knocked out by the demon businessman, Kazuya. And 3 stocks to 1, no less. And then Hero versus Kazuya. Last fight in losers bracket.
Start the battle. Hero. Kazuya.
All right. Who will go up against King DDD in the final? Will it be Hero, who was knocked out by him, or will it be Kazuya? Let's find out. Hero versus Kazuya.
3, 2, 1, go!
Kazuya immediately putting pressure on Hero, but Hero returning the favor, dealing massive damage on Kazuya. Kazuya not yet faced an opponent that is that proficient. But Kazuya with his classic uppercut, getting some massive damage off on Hero. Good block by Hero. Kazuya now in demon form. Knocking out Hero with a strong attack. Kazuya with a couple of good attacks against Hero, but Hero potentially able to take a stock here if he gets a good hit. And Kazuya losing demon form. Now over 160 here. Hero charging up some sort of attack. Kazuya sick of waiting, engaging. Hero now taking a bunch of damages and is now over 120. Just like that. Kazuya running away so far. But Hero able to take a stock from Kazuya, but it is just one good hit and Hero will be down another stock. Hero running dangerously low on MP, but taking 2 laser eye attacks from Kazuya. Kazuya now up 2 stocks to 1 against Hero. Kazuya showing such strong fighting skills, especially knowing that he comes from a fighting background. Hero in a very precarious situation here, getting juggled around. There's the eye attacks, but making it back to the stage. Good hit by Hero, but 130 damage is a tough pill to swallow when your enemy is only at 0 with 1 stock remaining. Going for the menu selection and getting caught up in the crossfire. Kazuya is the winner of losers bracket and will go on to face King DDD, the Ice King. A well-fought fight by Hero, but it was not enough to take out Kazuya. Wait, no. It's not. No, not 13. 3. All right. Kazuya going to fight King DDD. Now, Kazuya is at a disadvantage here. He needs to win twice against King DDD. If King DDD wins, it's over. If Kazuya wins, they go to a second round fight. Oh, wait, no. No. It's not just random. We gotta go. Final Destination Battlefield. All right, folks. King DDD versus Kazuya in the final. Let's see who is the champion.
Three, two, one, go!
Kazuya immediately going in for some massive damage against DDD, but DDD comboing Kazuya into some solid damage as well. Kazuya known for applying constant pressure on their opponents, but DDD known for toying a little bit, sending Gordos their way. Just like that. And DDD taking some eye lasers. That might have saved DDD a little bit. But 149 damage, just barely dodging those eye lasers. Able to make it back, 164. And DDD knocking Kazuya to the edge of the screen with those Gordos. Now over 173. DDD almost taking out Kazuya with his demon form up. Ping-ponging him back. 174 to 173. DDD takes first stock, but Kazuya returns immediately after respawning. DDD putting a lot of pressure on Kazuya in this second stock, bringing him into demon form. And Kazuya with the suplex. And DDD taking the second stock. Kazuya on his back foot in this final fight. Kazuya kind of taken aback at this point, not really showing his true strength. Little cautious. And just like that, DDD down to one stock, and Kazuya giving himself a chance in this final fight. But DDD applying massive pressure and taking him out. What a fight. King DDD wins and is the champion. Kazuya, unfortunately, unable to get his salty run back all the way. King DDD never losing a fight this entire time. And that is that, folks. King DDD is your winner. Kazuya, the runner-up, and Hero, the third place finalist. An honorable mention to Ganondorf for one of the strongest salty runbacks, unable to make it to the podium. But wow, what a final fight. DDD showing their true dominance in that final. Well done, DDD. All right. That's it. That's the end of that. Thank you so much. This has been an absolute pleasure. I love these things. It's so stupid, but it's so much fun to make these. So I will see you next time. Who knows what we'll be doing? But yeah. See you soon. Keep it real. And just be kind to each other. So yeah, I'll see you next time. So long!